जिनकी इमारतें कमजोर हैं वो बाहर रह नहीं सकते क्योंकि बारिश हो रही है। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डे पर कम से कम नहीं तो 5,000 लोग होंगे जो कि बारिश में इस वक्त इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि कब उन्हें रेस्क्यू सॉटी मिलेगी। अलग अलग जगहों से, काठमांडू के बाहर से भी वो यहाँ पे आए हैं, इंतजार कर रहे हैं। कुछ जो माउंटेनियर्स हैं उनके पास तो ट्रैकिंग का सामान है, उनके पास टेंट है, उनके पास पानी है, खाने पीने का इंतजाम है, तो वो इतनी परेशानी में नहीं है। लेकिन जो लेबरर्स हैं जो कि पश्चिम बंगाल से, बिहार से यहाँ पे आके काम करते हैं, वो बहुत चिंतित हैं। उनके पास पैसा नहीं है। जो प्राइवेट एयरलाइंस हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा पैसा चार्ज कर रही है, 90,000 रुपए तक की वो चार्ज कर रही हैं। तो इनके पास सिर्फ ये उम्मीद है कि ये भारतीय वायुसेना के, एयर इंडिया के विमान में लौट पाए। लेकिन चूंकि मौसम यहाँ पे खराब है तो वो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस पर भी काफी बुरा असर यहाँ पे पड़ रहा है। टेलीकॉम जो कनेक्टिविटी है फोन के जरिए वो कमजोर है, डेटा कनेक्टिविटी चल नहीं रही, होटल्स पैसेंजर्स को ले नहीं रहे। कई सारे लोग आए, वो जाना चाहते थे यहाँ के जो मशहूर होटल्स हैं, कई सारे होटल, लेकिन चूंकि होटल स्टाफ खुद परेशान है, चूंकि उनके खुद के घर तबाह हुए हैं, क्योंकि उनके खुद के परिवार वाले परेशान हैं, तो इस वजह से वो काम पे आ नहीं रहे। इस वजह से होटल के लोग कह रहे हैं कि आप ना आइए, हम आपको नहीं ले सकते, जितने लोग हैं उनका तो हम ख्याल रखेंगे और लोगों को वो लेने से मना करें। ऐसे में काफी यहाँ पर परेशानियां हैं इस वक्त काठमांडू की सड़कों पर।
TV Today Network, Rahul Kanwal, in fact, reporting there from the ground zero in Kathmandu. In fact, he has, after an 8-hour flight that was sent back because of the earlier jolts, and then later was able to land in Kathmandu. No electricity there. You saw my colleague Manogya Lohiwal also standing with him there. Both of them, along with the other team of entire TV Today Network, reporting in very difficult circumstances there in Nepal. They have not been able to, secure, stay for themselves. They have been continuously been out there reporting the latest that is coming in from Nepal. The situation grim, in fact, there. Let me just quickly recall what the information that we have as of now. A mild earthquake has again been felt in Nepal. That is the breaking news that we have coming in, and people have in fact rushed out after this. These tremors have also been felt in Bihar. These are the aftershocks. The second one coming in today after that massive 6.9 earthquake that was felt at around 12:43 Indian Standard Time. As of now, due to bad weather, the Nepal the Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu has been shut. There are no operations as of now, the flight operations that are taking place. These on your screens are the aerial images, the first aerial images that the Indian Air Force sortie has been able to gather. This is of course going to help a long way as far as the rescue and relief operations mapping and the entire coordination is concerned. Well, the Kathmandu airport, as I was telling you earlier, is closed due to heavy rain and thunderstorm, and there is more bad news in store for the Himalayan nation. The Met Department has now predicted that in the next 48 hours, there will be more rains and thunderstorms that are expected to lash Nepal. It will cause problem as far as the rescue is concerned. It can also trigger avalanches in the higher reaches and landslides in other areas. The thousands of people who have been rendered homeless are going through a nightmare, which the adverse weather is only aggravating. Our thoughts and prayers with those thousands, in fact, those who are living out in the open. A ground report by my colleague Kumar Abhishek.
Chalk in Kathmandu, you can see the families inside the tents. They are just leaving, they had left their households and came with all their family members, and it's just a tent which inside all the family members are gathered in this Kali Mati Chowk. I have few people here gathered who are from Kathmandu and some people from outside Nepal. ये बताइए क्या स्थिति है इस वक्त यहाँ पर? हाँ? क्या हालात है यहाँ?
अभी बहुत खराब है। अभी बारिश हो रहा है। अब दिन का भी आया था।
आज भी आया था?
हाँ, दिन का 1 बजे आया था।
यहाँ लोगों को क्या ये मिल रहा है, खाने पीने का सब साधन मिल रहा है?
वो तो नहीं दे रहा है। अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं है
सरकार की तरफ से।
नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं है सरकार की तरफ।
आप लोग बाहर से हैं,
इंडिया से।
क्या स्थिति है यहाँ?
बहुत गड़बड़ है सर।
That was a ground report that was filed a little earlier when it was raining in Kathmandu by my colleague, Kumar Abhishek there. Let me now go across live to Rahul Kamal and Manogya Loiwal, who are there in Kathmandu. Rahul, after 8 hours of trying to reach Kathmandu, coming back to Delhi, and then now he has successfully been able to reach the city, which is completely devastated.
Ankit, just moments before now, there was another aftershock. Just moments before now, there was another aftershock, and I want to show you the streets of Kathmandu at this time. People have started coming out onto the roads once again because they were in their homes because it was raining. Obviously, they didn't want to be out on the roads, but because of these aftershocks, people now out on the road once more. It's raining and the aftershocks continue, and that really is a double whammy of sorts. I'm coming from the Tribhuvan International Airport. There were absolutely no taxis over there. Thousands of people lined outside waiting for some kind of a flight to take them back home. With great difficulty, we were finally able to reach our outdoor broadcasting van from where we are broadcasting at this time. It's a double whammy of sorts for the people of Kathmandu. A, it's raining, there's no electricity, there's no water supply, the shops are all still shut, and their houses are brittle. People don't want to be in their houses at this time. Last night, they were all out in the open skies, just hoping that there wouldn't be another earthquake. People are petrified, as you can well imagine, because everyone we've been speaking to since the time we came here knows somebody or the other who's lost someone or whose house has been completely devastated. I want to bring in now my colleague Jugal Purohit. Jugal came in earlier this morning and actually took a sortie which took him to some of the worst affected areas. Jugal, describe to our viewers what you saw.
Well, Rahul, the situation is this, that while a lot of attention is being focused, and rightfully so, on the cities where the population centers are, but in the hinterland, there is no voice which is being heard, there's no one reaching there. So what we were on board today, a special Indian Air Force helicopter with the Nepalese army on board, was an assessment making mission to see just what needs to be done in the hinterland, while Kathmandu is anyways being serviced by a lot of agencies. So today we saw that village after village, as we move west towards the Gorkha district where the epicenter lies, village after village has been buried under landslides. The only saving grace here was that the time that the earthquake took place was the time that most people were in their fields. So now they're all back there, but they have nowhere to go, and of course you just described the weather. So it's a double whammy, and unlike Kathmandu, remember, no one's being able to reach out there to even give them a tarpaulin to have on their head. So that's the problem there. And now slowly, as Kathmandu and other urban centers get serviced, the attention is going to shift towards the rural areas.
Okay, I also want to bring in now my colleague Manogya Loiwal. She came in from West Bengal. Where's Manogya? Can we find Manogya? Just give me a moment. We're looking for Manogya. We're also trying to figure out how we're going to be able to find food, water, and I tell you that the hotels are a big problem because of the fact that some of the hotels actually had their walls collapsing. Some hotels had big cracks developed. The staff at the hotels are naturally quite worried, and with good reason. They've not reported for duty, and the few people that are there are finding it very difficult to be able to take new walk-in customers. So a lot of the hotels are turning away people because there were tourists who were trekking, camping in different parts of Nepal. This of course is the peak tourist season here in Nepal. Those people have now come to Kathmandu. They were looking for hotels to stay in. They weren't finding hotels very easily because the hotel staff are already highly pressured. They don't have food supplies, they don't have water, they don't have electricity. They don't want to be able to take more people. We finally found Manogya. So Manogya, tell me, describe to our viewers your experience of coming in from Kolkata up till Kathmandu. What did you all see? What did you see?
Well, it was a morning flight. We reached well in time around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and since then there's been no network. It's difficult to contact your office, contact your family, and forget about our Indian numbers, or even the Kathmandu numbers are not working. During the day we faced harrying time just because of the communication. No electricity, no telecommunication, and with that no water also during the day. And that's the condition of the people here in Kathmandu also. Most of them have been living across the streets today. I saw the streets full of people and not of vehicles. Most of them not feeling secure in their own homes, feeling stranded, and of course the fact that they felt that they were wearing helmets and sitting on the streets. They said, agar upar se patthar girega, so we'll be safe with these helmets on our head. And most of these kids of various families we saw were wearing helmets and sitting across the streets. They were being fed on the streets, It was dirty condition to stay in, and of course the weather condition has added to the woes of them, and that's the reason why the biggest trouble and the biggest headache for even the rescue operations would be the weather conditions and not just the aftershocks. And in the next few hours,
and there's a lot of rumor mongering here as well, because people don't quite know what's happening. There's talk of the big earthquake which is supposed to hit the Himalayan tectonic plains. They're not certain of when that will happen. People keep saying this is the one. Is it happening? Was the one?
timing जैसे कि 8 बजे आएगा तो आप देखिएगा, 9 बजे आएगा आप देखिएगा.
And they don't know what to do. We saw people, we were told that there were people jumping off their houses yesterday when the earthquake struck. What you really should be doing, we've been speaking to some experts, is try and get under a table, try and get under a bed, so that if something is falling, it's not falling on your head. Experts say that's possibly the best thing you can do, unless of course you can come out into the open in an open field. If you have an open clearing, that's where you should be, or get under a table, get under a bed. That's what some experts have been saying. But people of course have their own remedies, their own plans on what to do, and there's a palpable sense of fear here in Kathmandu. And with this I want to take you back to my colleague Ankit in the studio.
Well, thank you so much, Rahul, Jugal and Manogya. Of course, the entire team of the TV Today network, all of them panned out all across Nepal. Difficult, trying circumstances there for them when they are reporting on such story. But yes, the story is of Nepal, the tragedy that the people of Nepal are as of now undergoing. Our thoughts and prayers with all those who are spending the night out in the open in Nepal.